Hey there, Capricorn. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your transition from 2020 to 2021. And just a quick reminder for all of y'all out there, if you are watching your rising sign horoscope, remember, your rising sign horoscope is going to give you additional context as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope is showing up. And your moon sign horoscope, well, that's going to be giving you the other story that is running parallel to this one this week. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So let's have a look and see what is going on with your cards. Your cards this week, your main theme is the star in reverse. This is what's kind of reverberating all over throughout all areas of your life. The star card reversed is giving off this weird sense of mixed messages, positives that may present in a way where there are delays or maybe blessings in disguise, and it's going to be really important for you to feel through that. Now, in the beginning, there might be, some shocks, right? That feels like our sense of orientation in the world is getting thrown up in the air, right? Up is left, black is west, that kind of thing. Maybe a little bit more coherent than that. But with the star card reversed, it's important to pay very, very close attention to where the blessings in disguise are actually coming from. Because with the star card reversed, we do see the light at the end of the tunnel. We see solutions, we see breakthroughs, we see abundance, but we also see what must actually get out of our way, or how much of that tunnel needs to be cleared, what we can and can't have in that tunnel at the same time. And so there is that direction, there is that light of hope, that there is that star in the sky, there is all of that going on. Whether or not you see the star shining or not, with the star card reversed, it is shining. So don't let yourself get distracted, especially when it comes to things that are appearing to be one thing, but they are actually turning into something completely different. Sometimes with the star card reversed, we get a lot of very positive news, but it does require us to adjust in order to actually receive the bounty it promises. And so we might be breaking with certain commitments, certain schedules, or maybe even certain itineraries that we set for ourselves for things that are actually inconvenient, but ultimately profitable and abundant promotions, updates, and upgrades throughout this week. So again, let the blessings in disguise be what they are. As we get on to your personal responsibility card, what you need to take responsibility for if you are going to have the best week possible. We've got the strength card in reverse. Really got to be open with that introspection about what health and function really is. You are going to be shown the higher polarity, or I guess you could say the healthy version of a lot of projects, pursuits, bonds, connections, relationships that you've carried on truly are, and where some things are just not going to make it into that place of being healthy because they're not healthy from the ground up. And it's a weird energy to have to experience, right? To kind of be like, okay, I have to know the difference. Now that I know the difference, I have to go back and make some serious changes. With the strength card reversed, well, you might be finding as well that there might be something going on where certain connections, certain commitments, or certain passions are not sustainable as they are. And if you let yourself get intimidated, it can make for a bad week. But if you take ownership of it, allow yourself to actually see where the creative solutions are also getting presented, right? That star card reversed is saying, we're going to show you what the problem is. We're not rubbing it in your face, so we don't take it personally, but we're going to show you what the problem is, and then we can show you where you can be. And there's nothing stopping you from going where you can be. As we get on to your material shifts, what's going on with your work, your finances, your own professional aspirations, your personal abundance, even household stuff, we've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. And we see, yes, some unasked for let's just say stress coming through with the Nine of Swords reversed, but it really is not as bad as it looks. The Nine of Swords reversed is showing up here as something that might be, that we thought would actually be the end of the world, that is not the end of the world. And what is actually replacing this, right, if we adjust for it, is actually a huge improvement on what was there before. Now, you may be finding with the Nine of Swords reversed that maybe coworkers or peers, roommates, neighbors, remember, because this is talking about just material wealth altogether, might not make this adjustment very easily. You know, some people really get stuck in their ways, and it's a fate worse than death to have to grow. This does not have to be yours, though. The Nine of Swords reversed is indicating there may be some weird red flags or false flags coming up as well that you're getting told not to actually take as seriously as you might be tempted to in the first place. A lot of you are getting a chance to actually have a lot of breakthroughs that pull you out of what is your normal, but you have to be okay with doing something that terrifies you as well, whether that is going in for a really stressful interview, breaking with maybe a certain type of loyalty or attachment professionally or socially that is not healthy anymore, maybe making a break when it comes to a comfort zone. But remember that star card reversed. It's a blessing in disguise. If you can push through it, you're going to find that you're actually setting yourself up for a lot of breakthroughs. As we get on to your interpersonal shifts, what's going on with you and your closest one-on-one relationships, your main cast of characters in your life, right? Friends and relatives as well, but also romantic partnerships and romantic partnership potentials. Got the Ten of Wands upright. And it does look like there may be something going on where some of you Capricorn people are going to need to confront where we have taken on too much. Taken on too much for a partner, taken on too much for a family member, taken on too much for a friend, and it's time to redistribute ourselves and our burden in a way that is much more fair. Now, the Ten of Wands is indicating you are not going to have a whole lot of problems bringing this up. Sure, there may be some folks who were, getting the big end of the stick who don't want things to change. But with the Ten of Wands, it's going to be really important to be able to handle this differently, because some of you may even be finding, you're sitting down with your partner, your spouse. We've taken on a lot. It's becoming too expensive. It's too high maintenance. We need to jettison something. Some of you may be finding that a certain maybe living situation or maybe a certain arrangement with the way we are actually handling relatives or the social life of our relationship or even just ourselves is also needing to go through a transition because it is actually taking up too much room or taking up so much energy. There is no room for anything else. There is no room for growth. And a lot of you are going to get that opportunity to feng shui your personal relationships in a way where that is a much more seamless flow. Those of you who are looking for a new romantic partnership may find that, yes, there are going to be plenty of options available, but you're going to want to be discerning. It's not uncommon for this card to present when somebody might be overeager to unload some baggage on a complete stranger. And so that might not necessarily be a good place to start. It's not your obligation to take that on. It's not saying everyone's going to do that, but you might want to, of course, let this week play out before you decide where you're going to put that in time and energy investment romantically. Other than that, with the Ten of Wands upright, a lot of you Capricorn people are also going to be finding that a boatload of opportunities are going to be coming your way through your closest one-on-one relationships, but we need to be optimizing these things so we are not oversaturated, overburdened, or carrying on things that are past their expiration date. As we get on to your personal shifts, what's going on with you? You've got the Nine of Pentacles upright, and in spite of all of the mixed messages of this reading, you are really coming into your own when it comes to stepping out from the shadows of others, when it comes to maybe professional shadows, mentors, people you followed, or maybe the shadows of family members, legacies. It's coming out of crowds, stepping out of crowds you maybe have been obscured in or an anonymous face in. There is a rise to personal prominence going on throughout this week. We've just got to shake out a lot of the waste and a lot of the old energy to make this happen. Where have you been carrying on too much, says the Ten of Wands upright? Where have you maybe been having a guilty conscience or maybe a fear of performing in this way, says the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is a week where a lot of you Capricorn people, if you're willing to actually step out of maybe something that is overcomplicated on purpose, you're going to find that you are actually on easy street, especially once you stop playing into things that are maybe just complicated for the sense of being complicated, or for the sake of being complicated, right? Because I'm feeling with the Star card reversed, a lot of things that are coming up to be evaluated and go through their own judgment day, it's being done for you. It's being cleared for you. And with the Nine of Pentacles, all you got to do is be brave enough to let go. So that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session, just go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.